Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the XrmToolCast. In this episode, Jonas and I speak with Megan V. Walker and Lisa Crosbie, the hosts of the Up podcast, a relatively new podcast in the Power platform, mixing what's up in the Power platform as a technical aspect, as well as kind of what's up in the world today. So it's a good mix between technical and then just enjoying having a conversation with friends, basically. So I highly recommend checking it out. In this episode, you'll hear Lisa explain how she annoyed her company IT departments, and Megan talks about her Eureka moment with the tools in the XRM toolbox. So, let's get started. Hello and welcome to another episode of the XRM Toolcast. With me, your host, Daryl, always raising the bar, and Jonas, the Swede with the weed. Do you have any weed? Probably not. No, I don't know. The Swede without the weed wrap. There we go. We'll go that route.
It's illegal. We don't.
It's illegal. You're really close to a couple of the countries where it's highly legal, correct?
Those are other countries. Yes.
Yes,
that's correct.
You can drive there. I can't. Well, I guess it's legal in a lot of states in the U.S. now too. But anyway, whatever.
To drive?
No, to drive to a state that has legal weed.
That's different. Yeah, we can drive in Sweden. I promise.
All right. So we already started off topic, which means this is going to be an awesome episode. But we do have two guests this time, which is a little unusual. And they're from completely opposite sides of the world, so that makes it even more unusual. And they're also have their own podcast, which, again, makes it unusual. So everything about this is unusual. But that's all going to be good, right, Jonas?
Totally. I am super confident in this.
All right. So our two guests here are... co-hosts. They run the Up podcast, and they are, of course, the famous Megan Walker and Lisa Crosbie. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you.
Did you get any of us giggling over your intro there?
Maybe a little bit.
Trademark Up podcasting to giggle over the intro, so we can help you out there.
Yeah. It happens, the giggling. And I love it how you sort of introduce them as the famous. I was like, what's her name?
What's their names again?
Oh, Megan.
I'm just
and Lisa, of course. Yeah.
I'm just to say, in my part of the world, it's not quite, weed is illegal. It's not quite illegal to drive, but we're in a lockdown zone of 5 kilometers from home or 3 miles, depending on which system you want to use. So driving is almost illegal where I am right now.
I use time. I don't use distance.
Yeah, he would never know what 5 kilometers is.
Yes.
Okay.
So, first of all, your podcast is fairly new. I think you're on month 2. Is that about right? Month 3?
Episode 16 was today, wasn't it?
And we've done it once a week. I reckon that must be month 3.
I think that's 16 weeks-ish.
I think that's 4, actually. But never mind, guys.
It's approximately 16 weeks.
Jonas, your mental math is astounding.
Time stretches in strange ways at the moment, but it's about 4 months, I think.
Yeah.
4 months.
All right.
Yeah, so still relatively new.
Relatively new, but you're cranking them out every single week. And we thought it'd be fun to have you on the podcast and to hear about maybe some of your experiences with some tools within Dynamics and just some tools that you use as a part of your job. It's always good to have people that are not you and are not doing what you do. So this should be a very, very. I've been looking forward to this episode for a while, I guess I'll say. So. Kind of as an introduction, trying to get to know you. How about a little bit of a quick background on both of you? Megan, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Megan V. Walker.
Personal branding there.
Personal branding, exactly. Thanks, Daryl, for dropping the V. So
Sorry.
I started out
in editing.
Correct that. So I started out in the CRM world and started using CRM as an end user 2011, and then kind of transitioned into being a trainer for the organization I was working for, and then ended up becoming the administrator for a global company. And then got to the point where I was like, okay, they're on 2015. They really didn't have any plans or look like they were moving towards actually going to D365. And I wanted to carry on learning more. And I knew all of the cool things that were out there. And I was like, I just need to get my hands on it. So then I went and worked for a partner, worked for 3 different partners. And then decided I can do it better on my own. And maybe have less headaches on my own. so I went out on my own start of this year, which is a great time right before a global pandemic.
Awesome
to have
timing.
3 months of actually having some really good work and then just be like, meow.
Oh.
So yeah, but it's picking back up again, so it's good. So that's me really. CRM starting, that was the one I started, and then going into obviously more of the whole Power Platform. So
Yeah, I know that feeling. I thought I had a year. Actually, I thought I had a year-long project when I started my own company, and I worked 1 day for them. That was it. And I had
Ooh,
nothing else
ouch.
in the pipeline. So that was exciting. That was exciting as well. And we actually
Yeah.
worked at the same company for a little bit at one
We
point in time,
did.
didn't we? We had about.
But I don't think we ever crossed over.
No, I think we like 3 months that we were actually there at the same
okay.
time. 2 or 3 months, I think. I remember you posting on Yammer saying, "Hi." I'm like, "Hey, it's Megan Walker. I know her, and it's cool."
Is that the blurring
Megan V
company?
Walker. Sorry.
Good job. Well done. Did quick.
That was the blurring company, right?
Oh, let's move on from that.
Oh, yeah, I moved on. We moved on.
Anyway, Lisa needs to introduce herself.
Yes.
Oh, shall I go with Lisa M. Crosby? I don't tend not to use that. Yeah, so I'm in Australia. I'm probably the relatively new to all of this still. I've been doing a sort of career in biz apps only for about 4 years. So I'm a career changer like Megan, but even more recently, I worked in book publishing for a very, very long time, and I always did sales and marketing jobs. So there is actually sort of a link through here. On paper, I'm qualified. I have a degree in linguistics. I'm a qualified librarian, and I'm qualified as an English as a second language teacher. So those are my credentials, such as they are. But all the way in book publishing, I always worked in sales and marketing jobs, but I was the sales manager who was interested in the tech, because I did have, I joke a bit about my credentials, but I did actually do a year of computer science. I did maths and physics and stuff in my background, and just chose a different path. So in that environment where nobody else was interested in that thing, I was always like, oh, let me have a go with the CRM, let me have a go with the SAP project. So I was just like on everything IT related. I sort of got pulled in as the interested SME, I suppose.
So you were really annoying to the IT
I
department.
was really annoying to the IT department. In the job that I had,
There's always
in the
one.
job, well, actually, no, I'll totally own that. In the job that I had, right at the end, I kind of ended up in a senior management role where I was running a department where we were deploying, not with any great finesse, marketing automation systems, CRM systems, things like that. And I actually sat next to the IT office. I was in there all the time going, "You see what I'm doing with Excel spreadsheets, don't you? Because I can't get what I need." So I was, I helped sort of pick, and Dynamics CRM 2013, as it was then, sort of came on my radar. I did horrible things with Excel macros, or magical things with Excel macros, depending on how you want to look at it. So I was that business user and that person with their finger in the pie of the systems all the time. And then the consultants who actually helped us deploy that said 4 years ago, "Oh, we actually reckon there's a big opportunity coming here." And I jumped ship from a senior management job with a 500-year-old book publisher to working for two guys in the suburbs in a small business doing Dynamics, and I did on a 12-month contract.
Wow.
And now I work for Barhead, which is a big partner here in Australia. So yes, there we go. That's my story in a nutshell. I probably also have the coolest job title. I'm called a technology evangelist. That is literally, I literally don't have a business card, but that's actually my job title. So it's do like a technical marketing pre-sales kind of role.
Yeah, I always like the evangelist titles. One day I'll do that.
Oh, I've kind of learned to embrace it. It's weird.
The Church of Lisa.
Exactly. It's like you're the Power Platform Jesus or something.
Thanks for that. It's a weird thing, actually, because when it first came up, it's like, I know that's the perfect job for me, but the job title is a slightly odd. It sort of has all these religious overtones and things. It's been a year now. I'm owning it and running with it. I love the job, so call it whatever we like.
Yeah.
But yes, come and follow me. See what I'm doing.
Jonas, I think that's a perfect Twitter handle. Power Platform Jesus. Like, is that taken yet?
Yeah.
Like, that's.
You can have it. I don't want it.
Screw all the ninjas. There are ninjas everywhere.
All the Jesus.
Now it's Jesus. Yeah.
You're welcome to it. You're welcome to it.
That's awesome. So, you ladies are on different sides of the world. You got involved in different ways. What was your first involvement in some of the tools in the community? Like, when was your first experience with maybe using XRM Toolbox or maybe the ribbon editor? Like, what was your first foray into realizing, oh, there's a lot of stuff out there that's done that I can use to make my life, my job, whatever, easier?
I'm not
want me to
just
go
stuck with
first?
what Microsoft provides for us.
So maybe my list would be longer.
Yeah.
So I think so. Like I said, I worked for a company where I started with CRM as an end user, and then kind of like moved in because it was a smaller organization. So there's obviously that, okay, well, we just need somebody to do the job, and who's the least incompetent maybe at some point. So then we find that person, and then we give them this job. So I was learning from somebody else, and she'd kind of started learning the same way, where you're just figuring out and you're doing the best that you can. Fortunately, I worked for a company where it was one environment. It was on premise. It was one environment. It was the live environment, and that's where you did everything. So the whole concept of governance and kind of like moving stuff across and solutions was just a bit like sometimes
Testing in
people-
ALMs for sissies. So yeah.
it's at that point it was, I don't know about
Yeah,
ALM. I
totally.
don't understand. I don't know that. I've just been told by somebody else who's been either told by somebody else or just figured it out, and just it worked, so why not? So I remember one of the things that was really, really frustrating was the whole thing with when you've got a workflow and you wanted to have something trigger in an email to be sent out by that person. So there's the setting in the personal user settings where you basically can say, I want to have allow people to send emails on my behalf. And it was always, we'd have a user start and we'd say, okay, let me sit next to you, let me have you log in, let me have you go to your personal settings, and let me show you what you need to change. And there was a couple of other things at that time. I think something where contacts were being created if they had a tick box and they had the Outlook plugin set up. And so I'd managed to write myself a report, so at least I could look at a report every week to see who it was. And then I was Googling for something, and I found this user settings utility, and this thing that I'm sure nobody knew about, this XRM. It's an XRM toolkit. Is that what I'm just kidding. So the XRM
knows?
toolbox, and I'd found this user settings utility, and I was like, surely it cannot do what I want it to. Surely I can't open it up and change a user's settings for them. And it sounds silly, but I was literally blown away that it was almost like, how have I found this secret? Oh my God. And I went round to some of the guys in IT and I was like, oh my God, guess what I found? And I would show them, it would be like this big secret. So that was the first thing that I found. And to be honest with you, I found that and I used it, and I didn't really have much of a need for other tools at that time. Or I think maybe I focused on that, and that did something, it solved a problem at that moment. So I focused in on that and I use it. That's great. And then it was the ribbon workbench. Scott Daryl, anyone that's listening that hasn't heard of Scott, then you've obviously not heard of the XrmToolbox. Toolbox. And
If they haven't heard about Scott, they don't deserve to listen to this podcast.
they should switch off now. Yes, if
Yes,
you don't know who Scott
switch off
Daryl
now.
is, switch off
Yeah.
now.
Switch off now. Go listen to Scott. Yep.
Yeah, go and check them out. So the ribbon workbench, so that was the next thing, and it was something where we wanted to be able to have someone create a phone call record from a specific entity. And so I found this, stumbled through it, looked through his blogs, tried to figure it out, managed to do it. So those were kind of the first ones. And then once I started, so I'd taught myself how to write reports, like SSRS reports. And then when I started working for an organization where it was D365, then I had to learn, and I was like, what's this fetch XML stuff? And what's this fetch XML builder
No one uses that.
thing? No. And who's this guy? Jonas Rop.
Who is this guy?
So there was all these things where it wasn't until which for most people, you have an issue and then you need to find a way to solve it. And it was still like very piecemeal, to where I hadn't really put together the whole thing of like it being a toolbox, which I know is really stupid because the clue's in the name. but it was very much that was the concept. It was like I'd found them at times when I needed them. I know it's stupid, Daryl.
So you're starting to putting the pieces together, like, oh, I found this tool. It's in a box with one tool. And then the other one is also hey, maybe it's a thing.
But that's what I'm saying is it was very
Yeah.
it was blinkered. It was, I have a problem. I found something that solves it. Let's move on with the day.
Yeah.
I have another problem. Let's find the tool. Let's, solve
But
it. And
we
let's
work
move on
like
with
that.
the day.
We all work like that. Like
That's
really,
how competent
you
people
know,
work.
yeah. And you do that. My problem is, oh, I have a problem. Let's solve it. Oh, there's 6 other things I'm interested in. I can't be distracted by
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the
I
time,
can't
you've
go
got a
down
thing
this
to get
path.
done. My to-do
Yeah.
list of things I want to learn about increases every day. It's just, if you go down that
Exactly.
rabbit warren, you never get anything actually done.
Yeah, exactly. So it did take me a while. And then it was kind of other things where it got to the point where I'm like, I have a problem. Let me look in the toolbox. So I got there in the end. Let me see what's in the toolbox. So some of the tools, obviously, other than ones that I talk about, and I'm not just saying this. Let's just black out the fact that Jonas is on here. I'm not saying it because he's on here, but I literally open up the Fetch XML builder. If not every day, every other day. Like, I'm always using it. And the minute, because I'm working on a couple of different projects, the Ribbon Workbench as well is pretty constantly one of the ones that I'm using. But then there's the activity cascade rules that was Mark Carrington that created that, or Data8. I think it's listed under Mark's name.
What does that do?
Oh God! So there's this really, really annoying thing. If
You
at
don't
least
know what it does.
Of course I know what
she
it
knows
does.
what it does.
That's not the annoying thing that I don't know what it
Okay,
does.
sorry. I
So-
love the
Fixes
tool.
and
No
annoying
idea
things.
what it does.
No, I do.
No.
Because, and I'll tell you why I know what it does, is because I've screwed up and I needed to fix it. So, and Lisa, I don't know if you've ever done this or seen this, but by default, the settings for activities or things that are linked to other records have a relationship. So let's say you have an account and you have opportunities, or you have an account and you have cases. By default, there's cascading rules that basically say, oh, you've reassigned that account. I guess you want to reassign all of the cases as well.
Yeah.
I guess you want to reassign all of the activities that are,
Okay.
that are there, and not just open things, but closed activities as well. So this activity cascade rules allows you to basically open up and change the rules in terms of what gets cascaded. Is it everything? Is it just open things? Is it nothing? That kind of thing. So
Okay, that is cool, and I did not know that was a tool that was a
It
thing,
is
and
really
now I'm
cool.
very glad I know that.
It is really cool, because to do it
Yeah.
one by one is a pain.
It is.
Really
Yeah.
Okay,
is.
so that's the thing. You do it in bulk.
Exactly. Because if you
Yeah.
think about every type of activity, they all have their own rules, and you have to go into all of those relationships and then figure out also, well, which of the relationships am I going into? Whereas this just gives you everything in a grid.
Awesome.
In England, we'd say Bob's your uncle, job done.
Bob's your uncle's a thing here too.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle. So so there's that one. There's also another one of Jonas's, the auto number manager, where you can basically take a field and use that field to have a number that's automatically generated. So obviously out of the box, you've got your cases, your quotes, you've got things like that, but this will allow you to do it on any record that you like.
But I'm being really stupid now. Sort of.
Do you not know what that does?
Yes. I have no idea.
This is how it works. Could I just make up a tool and say that Jonas did it and how awesome it is, and he will? Is that how we roll?
Yeah.
No, actually, what I was going to say is that you can do it in the Maker portal now, so you don't really need the tool anymore.
Oh,
I
but
thought there were
like
some
the
things that you
tool.
still could do in it, though, that you couldn't do in the Maker tool.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more free in the formats you can compose and so on. But yeah.
In your tool or in Make?
In my tool, I think there's still some more stuff, but most of it can be done in the Maker portal.
Oh,
So I'm
I'll be
interested
sad
in
when
this,
that
Jonas,
does
like where you guys have built all these tools over a substantial period of time, and then the interface has changed and what you can get out of the box has changed. Have you seen a lot of things then go by the wayside? Are you sort of keeping up with how does that work from your point of view with these kinds of tools? Are most of them still used? Do
Yeah,
you
I
create new
think, I
ones,
mean,
drop old ones?
yeah, the Auto Number Manager is a very good example where Microsoft announced at some extreme conference in Europe a couple of years back that they were releasing this. You can number your records any way you want now, but they only released it in the API, so you couldn't configure it unless you wrote code.
That
So
doesn't count.
I was pretty fast. Well, it does count since you could do it like 2 weeks afterwards when I'd created the tool.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
but I
created a
like your
tool
way
to do
better.
it. Yeah, instead of everyone writing their own little code snippets just to introduce it in one attribute in an entity. So I created that tool. But then, I mean, as I said, now it's available in a Maker portal. So I've seen in the usage stats it's going down, which is quite natural. Still has quite a lot of users. It's the Megans who doesn't know what's available out of the box. And I thank you for that. It's a
Hey,
good thing this is audio
she's
only.
giving you a boost.
She's communicating.
No, but so that's to answer your question there, Lisa. That's one of the areas where you see, okay, you can do this from the platform, but Microsoft just hasn't come around to fixing it. And I mean, the obvious example is the Ribbon Workbench, where Microsoft introduced the whole Ribbon framework that they nicked from SharePoint, I think, and only using like a fraction of what's being used in SharePoint. So it's a super complex XML to do it manually. They didn't do it from the start. Scott did, and well, they haven't since because everyone at Microsoft uses Ribbon Workbench as well. So this is the case where Microsoft kind of says, okay, we have a big void here, but yeah, we have Scott.
Yeah.
And the void
has been filled, so why
exactly.
fill it again with something else? And Scott still is updating it. He's just added some new stuff
for
on Friday.
for environment variables.
Environmental
really cool.
variables.
But
yeah,
I think even if you've got a short-lived tool there, Jonas, like if you're creating something that's only useful for a short period of time, gets released, you can only configure this with code. You bring out a tool. I mean, if you spend 6 months building that tool and it lasts for 3 days, maybe not so much. But if it's a small thing and you can put that out there, and dozens or hundreds of people have 6 weeks worth of an easier experience, I still think that's there's the high value doesn't have to be in the longevity if you make a tricky thing easier.
Well, I think he should suffer in the same way as everyone else does when there's a name change and we all have blog posts and videos and it's like, what do I do with this crap?
Oh, don't
when we've
go
created
there.
courses about Forms Pro and Forms Pro doesn't exist anymore. What do we do with the courses?
I really need to release an update of Fetch XML Builder because I had a release in the pipeline. So I was just ready, had collected a bunch of issues and new features. And 2 days before the release, or 1 day before the release, everything was Dataflex. So I changed everything and released it. And so if you can run Fetch XML Builder for Dataflex and Dataflex Pro now if you want, until I release next update.
Jonas violated the Cardinal Rule when it comes for developers naming things. You only change it when Microsoft changes the SDK name.
Yep.
You never change it for the actual marketing name. So
true.
That's the only reason that's the only reason I think the XRM Toolbox will stay the XRM Toolbox and so will the XrmToolCast until Microsoft actually changes the SDK from XRM. Because right now everything is Microsoft.xrm. So if you're a developer and you've looked at anything, you know what that is, and you will always know what that is until they change it. And so will they change it? I think so, maybe. I know they've got some technical changes coming down the pipe that has to happen with switching over to from .NET to .NET Core, which don't worry about. But so I know that's a big change, and my assumption is that they'll probably change that because it's going to break anything anyways.
Did I hear right? Don't you worry about that, girls.
No, you're the one that just made it patronizing. That it was okay.
We chatted about that on the podcast this morning.
Hey, I am very proudly poster girl low code. I'm not pretending otherwise, and I'm fine with that.
Yes. Anyway, but yeah, so that's that. And even going back to your question, Lisa, about that. Luckily, if your tool isn't like UI based, the actual backend hasn't
Mm.
really changed since 2011.
Yeah, right.
So all those tools are just great, and some of the stuff that's new actually makes tools that you hate go away, which is good. Like I had a auto number generating solution prior to Microsoft's that was hacked together with glue, and it worked most of the time.
Yeah,
we
right.
all had.
And yeah, I mean, we all probably did that too. So, but the fact that they actually came out with a new version, I was so glad to not have that tool anymore and not have my name on it or anything else.
Aw.
So yeah, so that's
Sometimes
that's
it's
good.
a relief to be able to let it go.
Yes, but the other tools like the attribute manager, I mean, the core of that has been around since 2012, I think. So, and it's still, I mean, I haven't added all the features that I probably need to add to because I'm lazy and I haven't needed it. That's really what it is. Once I need it, I will add it.
Once
But,
you need, see that, how
yes.
beautiful would that be to where you can build a tool because you need it, but you're
but,
putting
I
it
mean,
out there and you're like,
it
I guess
sounds
other people can
beautiful
use it.
until you think about the amount of time that's required, right? Because like,
Well, how long does it take you to build a tool? Like,
well,
how long did it take to create Fetch XML Builder?
it always. How many years are you working on now?
Yeah, plus how many revisions?
I would say for the first release, maybe 100 hours. I mean, that scale. But
okay.
since then, add a few zeros.
Yeah, because the constant kind of tweaking and updating would
Yeah.
be substantial, right?
There is very, very rarely the time where I've created a tool that I have earned my time back.
Mm.
Me specifically, but
But you
my
earn it
hope
back when
is
everyone
that
else using it. Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
else
but what
uses
do
it, and
you-
I get to use their tools. Yes.
Yeah.
So what would, I mean, anything you do in the community, I'm not earning anything back.
No.
I mean, I've got one now online course that I sell that I make a pittance on, but it's not like I'm getting anything back other than the true reward inside of knowing I've helped people.
But you're doing the same thing as well, though, where you're getting people's blogs and you're getting their information when you're trying to learn about something else
absolutely.
too. So
It's-
in
I
that
mean-
sense, you're feeling the same way of I'm giving to the community because they've honestly given to me already. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
It's the potluck
100%.
dinner. We all bring one dish, and then you get to share what everybody else brought to the table.
No,
right?
I agree. I agree. And I think to me, I never thought there would be a day where, and again, I'm not saying this just because you're on, but because I've used Jonas's Fetch XML builder and it's helped me so much. Like, Jonas has asked me sometimes for things for help, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna help Jonas, who like has built this amazing thing. So there is that element of like, again, you're giving back. And what's funny, so I literally just sold one of my courses. I've got a course about SSRS and writing reports, and one of my chapters is about downloading the XRM toolbox, getting everything set up, how to use a Fetch XML builder. So I've basically got a whole section that's pretty much devoted to it. And
So does that
your
section
tool.
also contain how to click the donate button?
Do you want me to add that in as a chapter?
Please do.
The
Please
whole
do.
section.
But don't tell anyone that I asked you for it.
No, we'll cut this.
That would
cut this
sound
out
greedy.
You've got to add a little buy me a coffee thing to the side of your site. Isn't that how it works?
Now. Yeah. So yeah, I think, Lisa, you said that you.
Well, I'm really glad you went
used it yet,
first, or maybe I should have gone first because I have a lot less experience with this than you do. So as I said, I do a job which is I build demos and I do webinars and I showcase a lot of stuff, but I don't deploy real things at scale, so my role is really quite different. I'm working very broadly across a huge range of different things and making them look good and so on. I think that the ribbon was that whole thing when I first started with the small business partner, which was my first experience in this. Like you, Megan, before that, where we worked, we just went, oh yeah, customizations, edit the default solution. Oh yeah, I could I'll just go in and make changes. And I look back now and think, wow, okay, that's. I thought I was only leaving behind a mess in Excel, but never mind. No one knew any better. So the editing the ribbon was sort of the first thing. Like once I got into that job and working with that small consulting firm, that was one of the first things they showed me. So I think that was really probably the first thing that like most of us, I think the first thing we got into. But I got to confess, beyond that, this hasn't really been my world of experience. And in talking to you guys, I've gone in the last couple of days and started looking around and gone, there's a Mockaroo data manager. How did I not know that? That is squarely in the zone of things I should know about.
That actually we have, that's next week's episode that's coming out.
Okay, well, I will
we've already
listen.
recorded it.
Yeah, all right,
So,
good.
yes.
Well, I will listen and learn,
Episode
and then
33.
I will report back to you, because demo data honestly is one of the biggest pain points. I know there are some guys at Microsoft here who've done some cool stuff with tools with demo data, but that one, it's like I do use Mockaroo, but I am clearly doing it the hard way, and I'm now going to learn how to not do it the hard way, assuming I can make it look Australian.
And now, unfortunately, I had the task of informing you that this ends part 1 of our episode with Megan and Lisa. Please join us for our next episode, episode 35, where we conclude our talk with Megan and Lisa. It's a great one. Don't miss it. And as always, thanks for listening. This has been the XrmToolCast with Jonas Rapp and Daryl Labar. If you have any questions for Jonas or I, or suggestions for future episodes, please send them to cast@xrmtoolbox.com or tweet to XrmToolCast.